long time, man. Like our competition is really whoever's charting, whoever's winning Grammys, not each other. You know what I mean? And we can be more of an ally. And thanks to that mentality, thanks to venues like Jiggy Jack Show, man, we've been able to get our message out. I don't think that Kansas as a whole, or the nation as a whole, really understands the talent level that's coming out of Woodstock. Not only producers and engineers and man, we got actors and actresses. You know what I mean? So I really think that if we can get more support, that we can do a lot more for the state, a lot more for the community. Because obviously, anytime anything happens, celebrities always take care of their home area. So it's kind of in the best interest for us to get that art out. Man, he's doing a beautiful job. Yeah, I was able to be a part of this project, man, and I'm proud of it, man. It's what we've been needing, man. And it'll be a good chance to showcase a lot of the artists that me and you've been interviewing for years, Jiggy, so it's only right to have them on. Actually, man, I'm looking forward to everybody hearing it. Me, ICT Boy, and Key Boy have a crazy track together that we did the other day.
ICT Boy and Key Boy and you on the same track.
On the same track, man, crazy.
That's cool.
It's bananas.
Man, can't forget the sky, man.
You are one of the most motivational people out of Wichita, I feel, with your music. That positive energy that you are bringing. I want to know, how do you feel like your music differs from anybody else's to unite the community?
Well, there's artists, and they have their own mind frame. Let me say that first. But my mind frame is to unite people, and I can't say nothing about their mind frame because that's just what they're feeling right now. But I want to be the one that changes that and combines us and unites us. I say this too. It's not just about rap music. I want to bring light to jazz artists, to comedians, to actors, to anybody who's wanting to pursue their dream and their ambition.
Well, you bring in comedians, the first guy will probably give you a call is Terrence Hayes.
Terrence Hayes, yeah, he's good. He's good.
Shout out to Terrence, that's my boy.
We Terrence is a go-getter. He knows pretty much everybody that there is to know.
Yeah.
And I have talked to people that are on Facebook, and they're like, I don't even know who this Terrence Hayes guy was. One day he just showed up in one of my friends, and I'm like, who is this guy? I didn't add him as a friend. So he gets in everywhere. He is quite entertaining. Now, how do you see, like we've been talking with Alan, and we've been talking with Jay here about all the different things going on. How do you see your music and your movement impacting and crossing over into things like politics and bringing people together and things like this? Because stuff like that, it divides people sometimes, not unites them.
It's going to unite them. It's going to unite people just from the simple fact that we got more resources now.
Yeah.
We got more capital behind us. We got everybody working, everybody doing their different thing as far as their genres or whatever career that they're in. So anytime there's more income and there's more revenue and people working, it's going to be able to spark interest in all sorts of areas that everybody's into.
The one thing a couple of years ago, me and Israel and Seth Stevens, our digital marketing guy, we had a conversation with a representative from Sony. And they called us one day, and they were asking us about different things. And they're like, you guys promote all these different artists, and it looks like they're unsigned. And Israel's like, 'cause they are. and one of the things that we talked with him, and we were talking about some of the different things, and he goes, I have a question for you guys. And this always just floors me in Israel every time that we repeat this story. But he was asking us, he goes, we always send our artists out to Kansas, and whenever they come back, we always debrief them. We always ask them, how did they make sure that you had hotels and places to stay and made all the different things. They're like, oh yeah, they always treat us really well. And they were like, hey, is there anybody out there that you opened for or performed with or saw that we all should be looking at? And they're like, nope. And he goes, so the question I have is anybody in Kansas doing any hip hop? And Israel, that's the exact reaction that Israel and Seth gave him. He's like, are you out of your mind?
And just for the record, I told him, I was like, we're the greatest. Don't you forget it, buddy. but
so how does an artist...
That's your question, too. Can you hear me?
Go. Jump in there.
To answer your question, I feel like I've been that artist in the sense, like, because I'm a conscious artist, and I also have a degree in politics, so I've been kind of the bridge a lot of times for our community. We do have, Big Sam. He's on the advisory board down in Wichita. He's kind of done some work with the wine wash and whatnot. And as always, I'm always open. And definitely, when I'm candidates like Alan, who I am a fan of, we're more than likely to lend a hand. The hip-hop community, the music community as a whole, wants to do its part. We want to be a positive part of the community, like it is in other cities. And, a lot of us are fathers, we're husbands and different things. So, we want the good life for our children, our community. We do be involved. So I think that there's a lot more of that, a lot more volunteering going on. I personally got some of my friends together to go help people get registered to vote. I brought in a lot of artists to actually try to get people registered for the decriminalization of marijuana in Wichita, and also when my friend Jennifer Wynn was running for mayor. So we're here. We're trying to do better, and we want to be a positive part of the community as well and contribute. I think that's what ICT Boy was saying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can definitely cross over, and that's what I'm wanting it to do. I want to bring the lights to the city. So, to combine, say for example, political with the movement of the rap scene there. I mean, we can do concerts, just to promote.
Because we were talking earlier before you got here, ICT, about the fact that Alan was saying that way back in the day, you could turn on hip hop radio, and that's what they were trying to get their message out through the music. And nowadays, you turn on the radio, and Skylo can vouch for this. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. So
Alan,
go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alan, I want to hear you rap. I'll tell everybody in America to go vote for you. You got to bust rap for us, though.
Alan Law Police does not have a hot 16.
Come on.
He's got a hot 16, man. He got 16, man.
I don't even know what that means.
I think he got it in him, man.
I don't even need 16. Give me 3.5.
I don't think he knows how to freestyle.
I'm like a deer in headlights right now.
I don't think he's gonna be able to rap for us.
I'm prepared for a lot of things, but I'm not.
You're not prepared to rap. I can't give you a beat. Don't go.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll write your inauguration speech in hip hop form. It'll be dope. Don't worry about it, Alan. I got you taken care of.
We'll take it off air.
So with all this, and I guess my two questions is, one, getting back to the thing I was talking about, me and Seth and Israel had the conversation with the Sony rep. When people like that are going, hey, is there anybody in Kansas doing hip hop? How do you counter that? How do you make sure that they don't ask that question?
Well,
just
go ahead, bro.
Right now, we gotta get out there.
Yeah.
We gotta ambition, and we gotta get out there and make them see us, make them hear us, and that's what I plan on doing with this movement. And that's why I want it to be about all of us, in which are not about just me, because once the light is there, it's shining on everyone. So next time when someone comes in, or Arista or anybody else got a question about rap music, they will know that Wichita, Kansas got talent.
Skylo, how do you how do you fix this? So Sony calls me in Israel and goes, "Hey, there's blah 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 out there in the Midwest. We want to talk to them." Instead of, is there anybody doing rap? How do you fix this, Skylo, from another artist's perspective?
I don't know how to fix that, and I mean, I've had situations sort of like that.
Yeah.
It's just, it's basically no way you can fix it, but only to let them know. I mean,
Yeah.
where can I send the music? Where can I send these people? Who can I
Yeah.
expose to you if you're that interested? If you're calling me, then obviously you want something from me. You want
Israel.
I think that
so that's the
I think that things are changing federally. They just changed the tax laws on how independent artists can file and some of the things that they can write off. You know, as expenses to help actually help artists actually have a career in music. Some of the things that we can do, and really by working together with technology and different things like that, you kind of cut out the need to have a label. So if they do come with Colin, we got we have the upper hand. It's like, we already got our own thing going on. We already creating capital. If these major labels want to be a part of it, because they're going to try to exploit your talent. That's what they do. So if they want to come and do that, we need to have solidarity between artists, but we also have to have good business skills to practice, encourage us with each other, and encourage a professionality. That's why I brought on Chris from Get Merch Now.
Yeah.
It hurts our community, one, when, we have artists at our community that do dumb things publicly. Two, when they don't handle business properly. You saturate, for example, you have an artist who wants to sell a CD that's on CDR with Sharpie for $10. The artist who's shrink wrapped and barcoded his product properly, he wants to sell his for $10 too. That hurts the market. So we got to encourage those that are using this Sharpie and CDR. You got to get past that. You got to do something different. You know what I mean? You got to be more professional, and we got to create unions and just work together. Work with city council to make artistic zone. When you go to some of these bigger cities, they have areas that are not just for hip hop, but for areas in the city where you can go find the new artists, from painters to weavers to rappers to singers to folk artists, and that music district doesn't exist in Wichita. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. And but I think things are changing. I think that there's becoming more outlets. There's magazines. There's radio stations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Different things that help us get our word out and do better with the internet. You can be anywhere at any time. For whatever reason, I sold about 300 CDs in Youngstown, Ohio. I've never been to Youngstown, Ohio, but I sold 300 CDs there, which was crazy because I was only able to do it, through the internet. I sold like 2 or 3 T-shirts in Paraguay, and I'm like, I don't even know anyone in Paraguay, but apparently I'm an item there. 5 CDs in Paraguay, conversion rate equals to platinum. So I basically went platinum in Paraguay.
It's real. Just show support.
Israel made a good point. We got to get away from that mind frame. We got to be more professional.
Yes.
And,
yeah, absolutely.
If you're going to get off into music, you got to do it right. You got to go ahead and get it professionally mastered, get it professionally barcoded, shrink wrapped. You got to get your legal terms right, and that's definitely what we're doing in Wichita. We're trying to change our mind frame.
Well, this is the thing that I like about this show today is you've got everybody that is in their various areas and they're doing it professional. Like Jay, her books, they're an actual book. It's not, she just didn't throw an e-reader together. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's a book. You can flip through the pages. There's writing on it. There's it's there.
All those things.
Exactly. Those things. You've got Alan, who he's on the ballot. He's out campaigning. He's got campaign offices. He's got yard signs. He's a professional candidate. He's not just like some of these.
He's going to win it.
Well, that too. He wants to win. And
going to.
Oh, he's going to. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I believe you, because like I said, your opinion is right all the time.
I'm not totally sure I'm right all the time, but I'm pretty sure, just about 106%. I'm sure.
And then you've got Ice T Boy who's out there, and he's making the moves to make things successful. Same thing with Skylo. Skylo, you don't have the CD with the Sharpie. It's all shrink wrap. It's got the barcode and everything. So it's refreshing today to have professional people who are not just screwing around Israel. They're not.
Yeah, well, we gotta, on this whole thing of unity, I want to talk about this. We gotta wake up in Kansas. We gotta make changes, man. I'm sick of being in the laughing stock of pretty much everybody. It's getting kind of bad, but we gotta be more progressive. Here in Kansas, for whatever reason, we're always reactionary. We're always reacting to something, and we're never really kind of setting our own agenda. And man, I'm proud to be from Kansas. I'm proud to be from Wichita. I'm a proud American as well, and I want to stop having, and we kind of talked about on the other show that we did in Salina with Alan. Kansas has a brain drain. All of our best talent leaves and has to go to other places to pursue their dreams because we're just not, open for that. We're logistically in the middle of the United States. All these artists who are touring nationally anyway have to come through this region, but we're not having them. You know what I mean? We're not having them, and then when we do have them, we're not having our own artists open up.
Yeah, we're not making our own. If you want to boil it down to professional wrestling terms, we're not making our own talent. It's it's leaving and going other places. Well, and I go to other states and I don't see signs like I seen going to Kansas City a couple weeks ago for the Comic-Con, or they got the highway department has taken out an ad, a billboard that says, "Hey, tell the governor to stop robbing the highway department." I'm like, I don't see that in Nevada. I don't see that in other states. So
that's highway robbery.
It literally is highway robbery. Alan, as a political individual, how do we fix do we just have to wait for the governor to be out of office and wait for somebody else to get in there, or?
No, anytime you just wait for something else to happen, nothing else. If you're not in charge of your own destiny, if you're not trying to make things better, they won't get better. So, I've got this unique perspective on Kansas. Kansas historically, I'm fifth generation. I was born and raised here, but I joined the army. I left, and I came back, but I've lived back here full time. I've got this unique worldview. I go out and I see the world,
and then you come back.
And I remember Kansas always being so moderate, so centrist. It's like, geographically, it's the center of it was the center of the universe.
Yeah.
It's the center of this country, this great country that's got all kinds of diversity and all kinds of unique opportunities. But Kansas was always the center, and it was always reliably the center as far as good tax policy, great education, good government, good people. Salt of the earth people. And right now we've got hyper-partisanship, and it's not just politics, but it's everything. There's just things become the new norm, and people are angry about everything, and it reliably
everybody is just upset and angry about everything.
So Kansas needs to lead the way as far as getting rid of that. Kansas needs to lead the way in as far as producing talent, as far as bringing in external talent, as far as guiding the nation on. Here's a good way to move forward. This is the way to move forward and be responsible to your communities or to your state or to your nation. And we can only do that if just the people in this room or the people in the listening audience, if we choose to, and we have to actively do it, not passively wait. So no, don't wait for the governor to leave. Do something.
Yeah.
Do something now.
And also, I'll say this too, we got to be careful about who we support, and I'm not saying that in a way where I'm, I should say hating on someone else. I'm not going to name no names, but we got to be careful about who we support, because there's people that out for themselves, and that's not going to help us as far as Kansas and as far as this region.
As far as the movement and everything goes.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say. You got to be careful of who you're supporting, who you're backing out there. If they don't got a good vibe about him, a good energy about him, like ICT boy here, got the vibe going, bringing that positivity to the street. You're gonna create that negative, and you just really gotta pay attention to who you're supporting.
Yeah.
Going back to the beginning, you said that you didn't vote, you didn't participate.
But you changed me. You clearly changed me with your statements.
Everybody's got to get involved, even inside their comfort level.
Oh,
Right.
Israel. What do you got for Alan?
He's the man. He changed it.
Hey.
Now, I think that we blame too much stuff on government, and some people might be surprised to hear me say that. And what I mean is, the will of the people has to start in their heart. When we start in our heart and we feel different, we want things, we'll vote different, we'll vote differently with our dollar. You know what I mean? And, man, we're kind of like at a tumultuous time in Kansas history for a lot of different reasons, and the state could go one or two ways. I think that we don't want to look back over this next decade and be like, well, we didn't make any progress because, the irony of today being September 11th, Wichita in particular, in Kansas in particular, more so than it did the rest of the country, economically at least, because we were so dependent upon, aircraft industry. So after September 11th and, aircraft industry, people weren't flying as much, that kind of hurt us. So we need to start thinking about that now and shielding ourselves now, for what could, possibly happen. You know what I mean? So we deal with that. We got to diversify our workforce and, just think differently. We shouldn't be having these education crises. I think that we're going to regret not embracing medical marijuana. I think it's going to hurt our economy in the long run because we'll be sandwiched in between states already benefiting from it. And, and that'll be another thing that we lost out on. Hey, guys, I love you guys. I'm sorry I'm having an emergency right now. I'm okay. But I'll touch base with you guys later.
We'll let you go. Thank you, brother. Now, Skylo, Israel brings up an interesting point there of embracing marijuana in the state of Kansas and how we need to legalize pot because every state around us is going to legalize pot.
He just don't want to go to work. He just want to sell weed. He don't want to go to work.
He just wants to open a dispensary.
You think he's slick. You ain't slick. Don't bring that up in no political views, man. Get out of here. Oh, man, I got you, bro. I understand.
Now, ICT boy, how do you go through, like Alan's saying, don't wait on the governor to change. Let's make some changes now. From an artist perspective, is that a political thing? Do you try to get people motivated?
Yeah, it's all about being positive and getting up and actually doing something, to make a change.
Yeah.
We can sit around in our living rooms all day and complain about what's going on, but it's not going to change anything unless you get up and make it happen.
Yeah.
So whatever you're into, go ahead and pursue it and make it happen, and that way it can impact.
That's cool. Well, we're going to do this. We're going to take a brief break.
Hey, before we go,
yes.
ICT boy, how do we find you on social media?
Yes. Before we take our commercial break,
Gotcha. I got a ICT boy music page. It's ICT boy. Just click on ICT and BOY. You can also find me on my other Facebook page. It's ICT boy cartel. That's my personal page, but just hit me up on the friend request. And I'll accept it. So you can also find me on YouTube. That's at ICT boy. That's it right now.
You're out there.
As far as how to reach me, but.
Well, we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick time out. Some of the stations are going to be carrying ads, and some of our stations are going to be carrying music. So we are going to take a brief break, and when we come back, we are going to play ICT Boys Toast to the Good Life. We'll chat a little bit more with him about this, and also when we get back, we will we'll work Jay and Alan in the conversation. I don't know if Alan has much hip hop background or expertise, and I don't know if you'll be able to interview ICT boy with us and be able to ask him.
I can see what he needs as far as legislation in Congress.
There you go. We can do that. That actually might not be a bad idea. We're going to take a break. Come back with more here on the world famous Jiggy Jaguar Radio program. Back there.